And if this form of health care that we got does atrophy the kind of care that we give here in Michigan, you know, that's going to kill the hope of many families, not just my own, but all over the world. And I wanted to fight against that. And so I promised my wife and I promised myself that if Blaze did get better and if the final surgery went well, that, you know, I would do something about it. And, you know, having that old Marine attitude, if you want something done right, you do it yourself, that's what I decided to do. I looked around the landscape and I didn't see, you know, any reason why I shouldn't run. And my wife was encouraging me to run, so we decided to run. And when we decided to run, we said we're staying in Michigan. We're going to raise our children here because we want them raised with Michigan values. There, 2 of 3 were born here, so they're already Michiganders in their own rights. And, you know, Florida's nice, but it's a transient community, and I want my kids raised here. And selfishly, I want them to stay here after they graduate college or high school. And right now, kids are not staying here because they can't get jobs. They don't have any opportunities here. And right now, we need a new government in Lansing, and we need a new change around in D.C. as well. You know, where we have a lot of programs that are being passed, stimulus, omnibus, cap and trade, healthcare. They all cost a lot of money, and they cost a lot of jobs. All the promises that, you know, people say that cap and trade will create with green jobs, the reality is it's going to cost everybody more money at their home heating costs or home electrical costs. I just talked to CMS Energy, and they think it's going to be 30 to 40% more in your individual bills. Farmers are scared of cap and trade because of the energy costs and the cost of farm, and so are manufacturing people. You know, I've talked to a lot of people in Michigan that own manufacturing businesses. Some of them have money, but they're sitting on it because they don't know what the future holds. And if you don't know what the future holds, you're not going to expand, you're not going to hire permanent workers, you're going to hire temporary workers. I have so many of them that tell me, I'm waiting until the next election. If it doesn't go the way I want it to, I'm going to Indiana, I'm going to Ohio, I'm going to Florida, I'm going to Texas. You know, the attitude should be in the rest of the country, and what politicians here in Michigan should be working on is having people say, you know, if the election in Texas or Florida or Indiana or Ohio doesn't work out, I'm moving to Michigan. Why is everybody saying I'm moving somewhere else? The attitude is we should be welcoming people here, keeping our own people here, getting our people back here. We need to have those incentives for people to come back here. So I'm running for the idea, the belief that we need to make Michigan business friendly again. I run into people when I go door to door, and we've hit over 10,000 doors already, and say, well, what do you think about education? What do you think about public safety? I think they're very important. There's 3 legs of any society that are built on: education, public safety, and jobs. But jobs is the thing that drives everything else. If you don't have jobs, you don't have people that have homes. You don't have people that are paying property taxes or any other kind of taxes. Education suffers, and so does public safety. So people, when they talk to me at the doors, they don't say I want a handout, they don't say I want future unemployment benefits, they say I want the dignity of a job. And so I want to go down to D.C. to create the environment that will allow entrepreneurs, that allow businessmen and women to expand their jobs or create new jobs. I'm not foolhardy enough to think a congressman or woman creates a job. They don't. And if they do create a job, it's not a job that's sustainable or long-term, or one that's economically feasible for Michigan to be in long-term interest in Michigan. I want jobs that are long-lasting, that are long-term investments here in this state. One of the things I want to do is get rid of the capital gains tax completely altogether. That would create jobs right away because it puts more money in people's pockets. I'd love to get rid of the estate tax altogether. And if we can't get rid of it altogether like we have this year, then I say, let's get rid of it for family farm owners right off the bat, and then we'll work from there. Farming is not just a farmer's feed us issue, it's a national security issue. We've outsourced a lot of our manufacturing to China and other countries that aren't necessarily our friend, and now we're starting to outsource our foodstuffs to them as well. You know, North Korea just torpedoed a ship, and the South Koreans killed 45 South Koreans. It's an act of war, and we still are at war with North Korea. Where are the Chinese going to fall if 1 million North Koreans stream across the border? I don't know. But if they own all our debt, and they're starting to take our manufacturing and our agriculture, I'm very concerned about the future of our country. So we need to think about those things. We need to have people down in Congress that do think about those things, about the national security of this country, because that's the #1 thing that congressmen and women are supposed to be doing, thinking about our borders and our national security. I lived on 2 border towns, in Yuma, Arizona and San Diego.